James lived in a small, quiet village. The village was surrounded by green fields, tall trees, and clear blue skies. Every morning, James woke up early. He opened his window, took a deep breath, and listened to the sound of birds singing. The air was fresh. The sun was soft and warm on his face. James loved his village. He loved the simple life. But inside his heart there was a big dream. He wanted to travel the world. He wanted to visit big cities, see new places, meet people from different countries, and hear different languages. Most of all, he wanted to speak English, clearly, confidently, and without fear. But there was a problem. James could not speak English well. When James tried to speak English, his hands felt cold. His voice shook. Words got stuck in his mouth. Sometimes he forgot the word completely, even if he had learned it the day before. Once, a tourist came to the village and asked James, "Excuse me, can you tell me where the river is?" James wanted to help. He wanted to say, "Yes, the river is that way near the big bridge." But instead he said, "River, go there," and pointed with his hand. The tourist smiled politely, said thank you, and walked away. James stood there feeling small, embarrassed, and a little sad. That night, James looked at himself in the mirror. He said slowly, "I want to speak English." He repeated, "I want to speak English." He repeated again, "I want to speak English well." He knew it would not be easy. But he also knew something important. Dreams are worth the effort. James worked at a small shop in the village. He sold bread, milk, fruits, and vegetables. The shop was not busy, so James had time to watch the world outside. Sometimes tourists came to buy water or snacks. They spoke English to each other, laughing and chatting quickly. James listened, but he could only catch a few words. Yes, no, thank you, good morning. At night, after closing the shop, James liked to sit near the old wooden table in his kitchen. The table was scratched and worn, but it was his favorite place to think. He would drink tea, look at the moon, and imagine himself in a big city like London, New York, or Sydney, speaking English with confidence. One Sunday afternoon, James was walking by the river. The sun was shining on the water, making it look like silver. He saw a group of children playing. They were laughing and speaking in English. The children were from another country, visiting the village with their parents. They spoke quickly, but James caught some words. "Look. Come here. Let's play." In that moment, James felt a spark inside him. He thought, if children can speak English so well, why can't I? He decided right there that he would start today. No more waiting. No more fear. He would learn one new word every day. He would practice every day. And he would not stop until he could tell his story in English, just like he imagined. That night, before sleeping, James made a promise to himself. "I will learn English. I will practice. I will speak without fear. Even if I make mistakes, I will keep going. I will not give up." He wrote the promise on a piece of paper and put it next to his bed. Every morning he would read it out loud. The next morning, James woke up very early. The sun had just begun to rise and the village was quiet. Birds were singing. The air smelled fresh and clean. James remembered the promise he had made to himself. He said out loud slowly, "I will learn English. I will practice every day. I will not give up." James knew he could not speak perfectly yet, so he started small. First, he opened an English notebook. He wrote, "Hello. Good morning. Thank you. I'm fine. What is your name?" He read each word slowly. He said each word out loud again and again. "Hello. Hello. Hello. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning." He smiled. It felt strange at first. His mouth moved slowly, but the sounds were correct. James understood something important. Small steps lead to big progress. James wanted to try a small conversation. He practiced with himself in the mirror. "James, hello, what the name's?" "James." "Mirror James, hello, James. Nice to meet you." He repeated it many times. But when he tried to speak to a neighbor, he felt nervous. "Hello, my name? I am." The words got stuck. The neighbor smiled politely. James felt embarrassed. But then he remembered the promise. Mistakes were part of learning. Every mistake was a step forward. James knew listening was very important. He started listening to English every morning. He played a small English podcast while walking to the shop. At first he understood very little. Hello, my name is Anna. Today we will talk about food, bread, water. He didn't understand everything, but he listened carefully. He repeated the words he could catch. Hello, my name is bread, water. Slowly he began to recognize words when people spoke English. Listening every day made him feel more confident. In the evenings, James practiced speaking in front of the mirror again. He said, Hello, how are you today? I'm fine, thank you. And you? What is your favorite food? My favorite food is bread. He repeated these sentences many times. At first it felt strange. His tongue felt heavy. But every day it became easier. James also wrote new words in his notebook. Apple, orange, water, friend, house. He made sentences with each word. I like apple. This is my house. My friend is kind. One day a tourist came to the village shop. She said, Hello, how are you? James smiled. His heart beat fast, but he remembered his practice. Slowly, clearly he said, I'm fine, thank you. And you? The tourist smiled and said, I'm good, thank you. James felt a small victory in his heart. He realized that practice works. Every small step, every mistake, every repeated word was helping him move forward. James created a daily English routine. 1. Morning, listen to English podcasts while walking. 2. Afternoon, read new words and make sentences. 3. Evening, speak in front of the mirror. 4. Night, write a short paragraph in English about his day. He repeated it every single day even when he felt tired. Slowly he started feeling more confident in English. One sunny afternoon, James decided to walk near the village square. The square was small with a few shops and a fountain in the center. Children were playing and birds were singing. James liked to walk there. It was calm and sometimes tourists visited. Today he saw a woman with a backpack looking at a map. She looked a little lost. James thought, this is my chance to speak English. James walked carefully toward her. His heart beat fast. He whispered to himself, Hello, hello, hello. Can I help her? Don't be afraid, James. Then he said clearly, Hello, can I help you? The woman looked at him and smiled. She spoke slowly. Hello. Yes, please. I'm looking for the museum. Can you tell me where it is? James froze for a moment, but he remembered the words he had practiced. Slowly, carefully, he said, Yes, the museum is that way. Go straight and turn right. The woman nodded and said, Thank you very much. James smiled. His heart felt light and happy. He had spoken English. He had helped someone. The woman introduced herself. My name is Anna. Nice to meet you. James felt nervous, but he remembered the sentences he practiced in front of the mirror. He said, My name is James. Nice to meet you. Anna smiled and asked, Where are you from, James? James thought for a moment, then said slowly, I am from a small village. I want to speak English better. Anna's eyes lit up. She said, That's wonderful. Keep practicing. You are doing very well. James felt a new energy inside him. He realized, talking to someone in English was not as scary as he thought. Anna stayed in the village for a few days. Every day, James tried to speak English with her. They spoke about many things. The weather, it is sunny today, / yes, it is warm and nice. Food, do you like rice? / yes, I like rice very much. The village, this village is beautiful, / yes, I like it here. Every sentence was simple, but every sentence gave James confidence. He made mistakes sometimes. He said, I go to the shop instead of I went to the shop. He said, she is very niceful instead of she is very nice. Anna always smiled and gently corrected him. You mean went, not goed. You mean nice, not niceful. James thanked her and repeated the words. Went, nice, nice. After talking with Anna, James practiced every night. He wrote down new words from their conversation. Museum. Straight. Right. Beautiful. Wonderful. He also wrote small sentences. The museum is beautiful. Anna is wonderful. I want to speak English better. He repeated them in the morning, in the afternoon, and in the evening. One day James realized something important. Speaking English was not only about words. It was about courage, patience, and connection. He thought, I can speak English. I can make friends. I can help people. Anna noticed his progress and said, James, your English is getting better every day. Keep going. You are brave and you will succeed. James smiled. That simple sentence, keep going, gave him more motivation than anything else. After meeting Anna, James felt excited and motivated. He wanted to learn English every day, not just when he saw a tourist. He decided to create a daily routine to practice speaking, listening, reading, and writing. James wrote down his plan in a small notebook. Morning, listen to English podcasts while walking. Afternoon, read new words and make sentences. Evening, speak in front of the mirror. Night, write a short paragraph about his day in English. He repeated the plan out loud. I will listen in the morning. I will read in the afternoon. I will speak in the evening. I will write at night. I will do this every day. I will not give up. Repeating it every morning helped James remember and stay motivated. James bought a small notebook. He called it his English notebook. Every new word he learned, he wrote it down. Then he wrote a simple sentence with that word. For example, word, beautiful. Sentence, the village is beautiful. Word, friend. Sentence, Anna is my friend. Word, learn. Sentence, I want to learn English. Every night, before sleeping, James read the sentences out loud. Slowly, carefully. The village is beautiful. Anna is my friend. I want to learn English. James also listened to English podcasts every morning while walking. He listened slowly and repeated the words he could catch. Good morning. How are you today? I am fine. Thank you. And you? The weather is nice today. It is sunny and warm. He repeated every sentence several times, slowly. Good morning. Good morning. How are you today? How are you today? This repetition helped him remember the words and practice pronunciation. In the evening, James spoke to himself in the mirror. He practiced conversations he could have with tourists. Hello. My name is James. Where are you from? I am from a small village. And you? I like your country. It is beautiful. He made mistakes, but he did not stop. Every mistake was a step forward. He corrected himself slowly. I goed. I went. I goed. I went. I am niceful, nice. I am nice. At night, James wrote a short paragraph about his day. Simple sentences. Easy English. He practiced writing and thinking in English. Example. Today I went to the shop. I saw a tourist. I said, hello. Can I help you? She said, thank you. I felt happy. I'm learning English every day. He read the paragraph out loud several times. Slowly, carefully. Each word helped him remember vocabulary and sentence structure. After a few weeks, James noticed something amazing. He could speak longer sentences without stopping. He could understand simple English conversations better. One day he thought, I can do this. I am improving every day. I'm not afraid anymore. He realized that consistency is key. Listening, reading, speaking, writing, every small step mattered. James learned a very important lesson. Learning English is not just about words. It is about habit, courage, and practice. Every word you speak, every sentence you write, every conversation you have is a step forward. He repeated it out loud. Habit, courage, and practice. Habit, courage, and practice. Every step is a step forward. One evening, James saw a small poster on the village board. English Conversation Group, every Wednesday, 6 p.m., all levels welcome. James felt nervous. Speaking to Anna was one thing. Speaking to a group of people was another. His heart beat fast. He thought, can I do this? What if I make mistakes? But he remembered his promise. I will not give up. Every mistake is a step forward. On Wednesday, James arrived early. The room was small with chairs in a circle. A few people were already there, speaking softly in English. The group leader, Mr. David, smiled warmly. "Hello. Welcome. Please take a seat." James sat down, hands slightly shaking. He whispered to himself, "I can do this. I can do this. I can do this." The first activity was introductions. Each person said their name and a little about themselves. When it was James's turn, he stood up. His heart beat fast. Slowly, clearly he said, "Hello. My name is James. I am from a small village. I want to learn English. Thank you." The group smiled and clapped gently. James felt proud and happy. The group practiced small conversations. "How are you today?" "I am fine. Thank you." "And you?" "What do you like to do?" "I like reading and walking." "And you?" James repeated each sentence slowly and clearly. Sometimes he made mistakes. "I likes reading" instead of "I like reading." "I am go walking" instead of "I am going walking." Mr. David and the group helped him gently. "You mean, I like reading. You mean, I am going walking." James repeated the correct sentences many times. "I like reading. I like reading. I'm going walking. I'm going walking." After introductions, the group was asked to tell a short story about their day. James felt nervous, but he remembered Anna's words. "Every mistake is a step forward." He spoke slowly. "Today, I went to the shop. I saw a tourist. I said, 'Hello. Can I help you?' She said, 'Thank you.' I felt happy. I am learning English every day." The group smiled and encouraged him. "That is wonderful, James. Keep going." James felt more confident. He realized that speaking in front of others was not as scary as he thought. James met other learners. Some were beginners like him. Others were more advanced. They practiced conversations together. "What is your favorite food?" "I like rice and bread." "Do you like music?" "Yes, I like music very much." James repeated the sentences slowly and clearly. He listened carefully when others spoke. He noticed their pronunciation and tried to copy the sounds. He started thinking, "I can do this. I can learn from everyone." James began looking forward to the conversation group every week. He practiced new words and sentences at home, then tried them in the group. Every meeting gave him new energy and confidence. He also wrote new words and phrases in his notebook. Friend. Today. Favorite. Music. Happy. He made simple sentences. My friend likes music. Today is sunny. I am happy. Every night he repeated the sentences out loud, slowly. My friend likes music. Today is sunny. I am happy. James learned another important lesson. Speaking English with others is not about being perfect. It is about practice, courage, and connection. Every word you speak is progress. He repeated it to himself. Practice, courage, connection. Every word is progress. Practice, courage, connection. A few weeks after joining the English conversation group, James received an exciting opportunity. Mr. David, the group leader, said, "Next week we will have a village English day. Everyone can speak about something they like. You will speak in front of many people. Don't worry, it will be fun." James's heart beat fast. He felt nervous and scared. Speaking in the small group was one thing, but in front of the whole village it was different. He thought, what if I forget the words? What if I make mistakes? But then he remembered Anna's words. Every mistake is a step forward. And his own promise. I will not give up. I will try. I will speak English. James decided to prepare carefully. He wrote a short speech in his notebook. Hello everyone. My name is James. I live in a small village. I want to learn English. I practice every day. Listening, reading, speaking, and writing help me improve. I am happy to speak English today. Thank you. He practiced slowly in front of the mirror. Hello, everyone. My name is James. I live in a small village. He repeated it many times, correcting himself. I live in a small village. I live in a small village. He also practiced gestures like smiling, standing straight, and looking at people. The next week, the village hall was full. Tourists, villagers, and students gathered. James felt butterflies in his stomach. He whispered to himself, "I can do this. I practiced. I am ready." When it was his turn, he walked to the front. He held his notebook, took a deep breath, and began slowly. "Hello, everyone. My name is James. I live in a small village. I want to learn English. I practice every day." He noticed some eyes were smiling, some people nodding, and a few children listening carefully. Halfway through, James forgot a word. He stopped. His heart raced. But then he remembered. Mistakes are steps to success. He smiled and continued. "Listening, reading, speaking, and writing help me improve. I am happy to speak English today. Thank you." The crowd applauded warmly. James felt proud, happy, and confident. After the speech, many villagers came to talk to him. "Hello, James. Your English is very good." "Thank you. I practice every day." "What do you like most about learning English?" "I like speaking with people and learning new words." James repeated the sentences slowly and clearly, practicing natural conversation. He realized, speaking in public is possible. Mistakes are normal. Courage is essential. James learned an important lesson. Facing fear is part of learning. Speaking in public teaches courage, confidence, and practice. Every word you say, even if imperfect, is progress. He repeated it out loud. Facing fear. Speaking in public. Courage. Confidence. Practice. Every word is progress. Every day, James practiced speaking in front of the mirror or with friends. He imagined different situations like talking to tourists, giving directions, or telling a story. By the end of the week, James felt stronger and braver. He realized, mistakes are normal. Practice builds confidence. Speaking English is about connection, courage, and persistence. He smiled to himself. "I can do this. I am improving every day. I am learning English." A few months had passed since James started practicing English every day. He had grown more confident, spoken in front of groups, and met many tourists. One morning, James saw a poster at the village office. Tour guide needed. Speak English and share the village with visitors. James felt excited and nervous. This was the opportunity of his dream. But it required speaking English fluently and confidently. He whispered to himself, "I can do this. I practiced every day. I am ready." James prepared carefully. He wrote a small introduction for the interview. "Hello, my name is James. I live in a small village. I have been learning English for several months. I enjoy meeting people and sharing my village with visitors. I am confident, friendly, and eager to help tourists." He practiced in front of the mirror, speaking slowly and clearly. "Hello, my name is James. I live in a small village. I have been learning English." He also practiced answers to possible questions. Question: Why do you want this job? Answer: I like meeting people. I enjoy helping visitors. I want to use my English to share the beauty of our village. Question: Do you have experience? Answer: Yes. I practice speaking English with tourists and in an English conversation group. I am confident I can guide visitors. He repeated these answers many times slowly. I like meeting people. I enjoy helping visitors. I practice speaking English. On the day of the interview, James wore his best clothes. He took a deep breath and thought, "I can do this. I am ready." The manager greeted him. "Hello, James. Please have a seat." James smiled and said clearly, "Hello. Thank you. I am happy to be here." The manager asked, "Tell me about yourself, James." James remembered his practice. "My name is James. I live in a small village. I have been learning English for several months. I enjoy meeting people and sharing the village with visitors. I am confident, friendly, and eager to help tourists." The manager nodded, impressed. The manager continued, "Why do you want this job?" James answered slowly, clearly, "I like meeting people. I enjoy helping visitors. I want to use my English to share the beauty of our village." The manager smiled. "That is excellent. Do you have experience with tourists?" James said proudly, "Yes. I practice speaking English with tourists and in an English conversation group. I am confident I can guide visitors." He repeated the words slowly in his mind. Confident, guide, tourist, English. I can do this. At the end of the interview, the manager said, James, you are hired. Welcome to our team. James felt a huge happiness. His dream was coming true. He thanked the manager. Thank you very much. I'm very happy. I will do my best. He walked home slowly thinking. All my practice, all my mistakes, all my courage, it worked. I spoke English clearly. I'm ready for the world. James realized another important lesson. Practice, courage, and persistence lead to success. Speaking English is not only about words. It is about confidence, preparation, and connection. He repeated it aloud. Practice, courage, persistence, confidence, preparation, connection. Every word counts. James celebrated his progress, but he knew the journey was not finished. Every day would bring new opportunities to practice and improve. James woke up early on his first day as a tour guide. The sun was bright, the sky was clear, and the village streets were quiet. He felt a mix of excitement and nervousness. He whispered to himself, I can do this. I am ready. I will speak English clearly. Soon, a small group of tourists arrived at the village. They came from different countries. Some spoke slowly, some spoke quickly. Some had strong accents. James smiled and said, Hello. Welcome to our village. My name is James. I will guide you today. The tourists smiled and responded, Hello, James. Thank you for having us. We are excited to see your village. James realized that speaking clearly and slowly was very important. He thought, it's okay if they have different accents. I will listen carefully and speak slowly. James started the tour. This village is very old. The houses are small but beautiful. Many people live here. The river is near the village. We also have a small market. He repeated the key words slowly for himself. Village, houses, river, market, beautiful. The tourist asked, James, can we take photos? James replied, Yes, of course. You can take photos anywhere. Please enjoy your time. He smiled and noticed, tourists are friendly and patient. Mistakes are normal, but communication is what matters most. Throughout the tour, tourists asked many questions. Where is the nearest restaurant? How far is the river from here? Can you recommend a local dish? James answered carefully. The nearest restaurant is near the main square. The river is 5 minutes walk from here. I recommend trying our local bread. It is very delicious. He repeated the sentences slowly in his mind. Nearest restaurant, 5 minutes walk. Local bread, very delicious. James noticed that tourists pronounced words differently. Some said water like water, others like vafter. He thought, I need to listen carefully. I can learn from their accents. He practiced repeating their words quietly. Water, water. Bread, bread. Museum, museum. Every day he improved his listening and pronunciation. He felt more confident talking to people from different countries. After the tour, James spoke to the tourists one by one. Did you enjoy the tour? Yes. It was wonderful. Thank you, James. You are welcome. I'm happy you liked it. Can you show us more tomorrow? Of course. I will prepare a new tour for you. James repeated the sentences slowly. Did you enjoy? Yes, it was wonderful. I'm happy. I will prepare. By the end of the day, James realized, speaking English in real situations is different from practice. But practice, courage, and patience help me succeed. Every conversation, every question, every answer is a step forward. He repeated it aloud. Practice, courage, patience. Every conversation, every word, step forward. James felt proud. His dream was coming true. He was helping people, speaking English, and learning every day. After a few weeks as a tour guide, James was feeling more confident. Every day he met people from different countries. He noticed that English was not just words, but a way to connect with people and understand different cultures. One morning, James greeted a new group of tourists. Hello. Welcome to our village. My name is James. I will guide you today. Hello, James. Nice to meet you, said a man from the UK. Good morning. We are excited, said a woman from the USA. Hello. It is beautiful here, said a family from Germany. James smiled and thought, different accents, different words. I can learn from each of them. He repeated the key words slowly for practice. Hello, welcome, guide, excited, beautiful. During the tour, tourists asked questions that were sometimes new and challenging. James, can you explain the history of this village? What is the local tradition for festivals? Can you recommend a good place for coffee? James answered carefully using simple English. This village is very old. People celebrate festivals with music and dancing. There is a small cafe near the market. It is very nice. Traditions here are important. People enjoy family and friends. After each answer, he repeated the phrases quietly in his mind. Old village, festivals, music and dancing, small cafe, family and friends. James noticed that tourists pronounced English differently. Some said, water as water, coffee as coffee, museum as museum. He listened carefully and repeated the words in the same way to understand them. Water, water, coffee, coffee, museum, museum. Every day he became better at understanding accents and speaking clearly. After guiding tourists, James often spoke with them one-on-one. Did you enjoy the tour? Yes. Was amazing. Thank you, James. You are welcome. I'm happy you liked it. Where are you from? I am from Canada. And you? I am from Senegal. I love meeting people from different countries. He repeated the sentences slowly for practice. Did you enjoy? Amazing. You're welcome. I'm happy. I love meeting people. Through these daily interactions, James realized, English is not just grammar. It is about connection, understanding, and sharing. Every conversation, every question, every answer helps me grow. He repeated it aloud. Connection, understanding, sharing. Every conversation helps me grow. James smiled to himself. He felt more confident every day. Speaking English was becoming natural and enjoyable. At the end of each day, James wrote a short paragraph in his notebook about what he learned. Today I guided tourists from the UK, USA, and Germany. I practiced listening to different accents. I answered their questions about the village and traditions. I felt happy and confident. I am improving every day. He read it aloud slowly. Guided tourists, different accents, answered questions, happy and confident, improving every day. James understood that confidence grows with practice, courage, and experience. After months of practice, James realized something important. Speaking English was easier when he stopped translating from his native language. He thought, I want to think in English, not just speak English. James started speaking to himself in English at home. He described simple things he saw. The sun is shining. I am walking to the shop. The birds are singing. He repeated the sentences slowly, then faster. The sun is shining. The sun is shining. I'm walking. I'm walking. The birds are singing. The birds are singing. James also began thinking in English while doing daily tasks. While cooking, I am cutting the vegetables. The food is hot. I like cooking. While cleaning, I am cleaning the floor. It is clean now. I feel happy. While walking, I am walking to the market. I see people. I will say hello. He noticed that thinking in English helped him speak faster and make fewer mistakes. James practiced asking himself questions in English and answering them. What is my favorite food? My favorite food is rice. What is today? Today is Monday. It is sunny. How do I feel? I feel happy and confident. He repeated the questions and answers slowly, then naturally. What is my favorite food? My favorite food is rice. What is today? Today is Monday. Every evening, James wrote a short paragraph about his day in English and read it aloud, imagining he was speaking to someone. Today I guided tourists. I answered questions about the village. I listened carefully to different accents. I helped tourists take photos. I feel happy and confident. I am learning English every day. He repeated each sentence slowly and clearly. Today I guided tourists. I answered questions. I listen carefully. I feel happy. I am learning English. James practiced imaginary conversations alone, speaking out loud. Hello. How are you today? I am fine, thank you. And you? I am from Senegal. Where are you from? I like your village. It is beautiful. He repeated the sentences many times, imagining different tourists and accents. James learned an important lesson. Thinking in English makes speaking easier. Self-talk improves fluency. Every thought in English is practice for your mind and mouth. He repeated it aloud. Think in English. Fluency. Every thought. Practice for mind and mouth. James created a routine to think in English. 1. Morning. Describe what he sees around him. 2. Afternoon. Ask questions and answer them in English. 3. Evening. Imagine conversations and speak them out loud. 4. Night. Write and read a paragraph about the day. By doing this every day, James became faster, more confident, and natural in English. After months of practice, James felt comfortable speaking English with tourists. But he knew there was more to learn. Longer sentences, new vocabulary, and real-life challenges. He thought, I want to speak naturally, answer any question, and understand different accents. One morning, a group of tourists approached James. They asked detailed questions. James, can you tell us the history of the river? What local festivals do people celebrate in summer? Can you explain the architecture of these houses? James took a deep breath and answered slowly. The river is very old. People used it to transport goods. It is part of our village history. In summer we have music and dance festivals. Families gather and celebrate together. These houses are traditional. They are made of clay and wood. The roofs are red and strong. He repeated key phrases quietly for practice. Old river, transport goods, music and dance, clay and wood, red roofs. James learned to express feelings and opinions. I enjoy learning about different cultures. I think this village is peaceful and beautiful. I would recommend visiting the market in the morning. He practiced saying them slowly and naturally. I enjoy learning. I would recommend. Sometimes tourists had special requests or problems. James, we lost our map. Can you help us? The restaurant is closed. Where can we eat? I need directions to the bus station. James replied calmly and clearly. Do not worry. I can show you the way to the museum. There is another restaurant near the square. I will take you there. The bus station is 5 minutes walk. Follow me, please. He repeated the sentences for practice. Do not worry. I can show you. Another restaurant. Follow me. James also told short stories about the village to tourists. Long ago this village was smaller. People lived by the river. They fished, farmed, and celebrated festivals. Every year they gathered for music and dancing. Today the village is bigger, but the traditions are the same. He practiced using longer sentences. Long ago, people lived by the river. Every year, traditions are the same. Through advanced conversations, James learned. Fluency comes from experience, patience, and courage. Speaking English in real-life situations builds confidence and understanding. Every word, every sentence, every conversation is progress. He repeated it aloud. Experience, patience, courage, real-life conversations, confidence, understanding, progress. James added new exercises to his routine. 1. Speak with tourists using longer sentences. 2. Answer detailed questions clearly. 3. Tell short stories about the village. 4. Practice expressing opinions and feelings. 5. Listen carefully and repeat different accents. By doing this every day, James became more fluent, natural, and confident in English. After months of practice, James noticed that pronunciation and listening were very important. Speaking English clearly and understanding tourists made his work easier and more enjoyable. He thought, I want to pronounce every word correctly and understand everyone even with different accents. James began listening to English carefully every day. He used podcasts about travel and culture, YouTube videos with slow English, conversations with tourists during tours. He repeated phrases he heard slowly and clearly. Hello. How are you today? I'm fine, thank you. What is your favorite place? He also wrote down new words and phrases in his notebook and repeated them. Favorite, place, enjoy, beautiful, tradition. James focused on difficult words and sounds. Ish sound, think, this, that, ish think. Or sound, river, restaurant, road, riri river, riri restaurant, RR road. AV sound, very, visit, village, v very, 66 visit, 66 village. He repeated each word slowly, then faster. Thick, the, river, restaurant, road, very, visit, village. James noticed that tourists spoke differently. Americans, water, vafter. The British, water, what. Australians, water, what. He practiced listening and repeating. Vafter, what, water. He realized, different accents are normal. Listening carefully and repeating helps me understand them all. James made a daily listening routine. 1. Listen to a sentence slowly. 2. Repeat it word by word. 3. Repeat the whole sentence naturally. 4. Write it in his notebook. 5. Read it aloud several times. Example. A sentence, I enjoy visiting the market in the morning. A word by word, I enjoy visiting the market in the morning. A whole sentence, I enjoy visiting the market in the morning. Repetition, I enjoy visiting the market in the morning. I enjoy visiting the market in the morning. When guiding tourists, James used pronunciation and listening skills. Hello. Welcome to our village. The river is very old and beautiful. Please follow me to the museum. He repeated the sentences slowly in his mind before saying them aloud. Hello. Welcome. River. Very old. Beautiful. Follow me. Museum. He noticed that tourists understood him better and conversations flowed naturally. James learned an important lesson. Pronunciation and listening are keys to speaking English naturally. Repetition, careful listening, and practice improve fluency. Every sound you pronounce clearly brings you closer to confidence. He repeated it aloud. Pronunciation, listening, repetition, practice, fluency, confidence. James added these exercises to his routine. 1. Listen to English podcasts for 15 to 20 minutes. 2. Repeat words and sentences aloud. 3. Focus on difficult sounds. 4. Listen to tourists carefully and repeat accents. 5. Write new words and sentences in his notebook and read them aloud. By doing this every day, James improved his pronunciation, listening, and fluency, making English speaking natural and confident. After months of practice, James noticed something important. I can speak English, but sometimes I hesitate. I need to speak confidently without fear. He decided to face every situation calmly, using the English he had practiced every day. One day, a tourist asked a question James had never heard before. A tourist, James, can you tell me about the local wildlife? James felt nervous. He thought, what should I say? Then he remembered, it's okay to speak slowly and think in English. He answered, yes. We have many birds and small animals. People see them near the river and forest. They are very beautiful. He repeated the key phrases quietly in his mind. Birds, small animals, river, forest, beautiful. The tourist smiled and said, thank you. That is interesting. James realized, it's okay not to know everything. Speaking confidently is more important than being perfect. James also learned to use simple words when he didn't know a difficult one. The houses are old, made of clay and wood. The roofs are red. The festival is big, people dance and sing, families celebrate together. He repeated slowly. Old houses, clay and wood, red roofs, dance and sing, celebrate together. Tourists understood him easily. James felt proud and confident. James practiced speaking without fear every day, both at work and at home. Hello. How are you today? I am fine. Thank you. And you? I like this village. It is very beautiful. Please follow me. I will show you the museum. He repeated the sentences slowly in his mind, then naturally out loud. Hello. How are you? I like this village. Follow me. Show you the museum. James started thinking in English immediately, instead of translating from his native language. At the market, I want to ask the price. How much is this bread? At the restaurant, I want coffee and bread. Please. Thank you. On the street, excuse me. Can you show me the way? By thinking in English first, he spoke naturally and confidently without hesitation. James learned an important lesson. Confidence comes from practice, preparation, and courage. Speaking English without fear allows you to communicate naturally. Mistakes are normal. What matters is trying and speaking clearly. He repeated it aloud. Confidence, practice, preparation, courage. Speak naturally. Mistakes are normal. Try and speak clearly. James created a routine to speak confidently every day. 1. Speak in English with tourists and friends. 2. Think in English before speaking. 3. Use simple words if needed. 4. Speak slowly and clearly. 5. Accept mistakes as part of learning. By doing this every day, James spoke English naturally, fluently, and without fear.